Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. Sorry, you may see a bit of a glare because we've actually got sunshine here in the UK, which is wonderful. But if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Azri. I'm a frequency translator. And what that means is working with energy star beings and the like. If you are a returning person to my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate your love, support, and for both of you guys being here, really. This was a huge jump for me going into kind of the social media realm by myself, but I think we're getting there. So what I want to talk about today is, start talking about, because we are going into this area of more understanding, more knowing, more cohesiveness around the science and the spirituality and how they both work, rather than this continually sort of bypassing using words like love and light and have to be in gratitude and everything's airy fairy, and no disrespect to the fairies. But the one thing I just want to touch upon in this video really, really briefly is gratitude. Because you know what? When it is used, I'm going to use the word correctly. When it is used correctly, it is fantastic. It is amazing of how transformative it can actually be. So when we talk about, because it's almost as though there's an element of the spiritual community and the spiritual world that kind of does like to live in this bubble. And to be honest, that bubble is quite good, but it doesn't actually equal anything. It doesn't actually equal results, because it's as though, yes, okay, I've gone through all this trauma, but because I'm sitting in this nice fluffy bubble, I'm okay. And again, no disrespect there. So what we're actually talking about here, and I have made one or two notes because I wanted to make sure that this comes across correctly, because it's something that I have personally learned over the years. Because when what I understand as the spiritual community started, maybe 80s, 90s, to my kind of like lifetime and experience, is that again, there is that element of knowing and knowledge and understanding. And a lot of it did feel really, really good. But as I said, as we've moved through time, the understanding has changed. So back then, yeah, absolutely. Waking up going, I am so grateful for the roof over my head, for the food in my fridge, for those types of things. But it's almost kind of like bypassing the nervous system. Because the nervous system is all a part of this sort of chain reaction. So the real gratitude, the real kind of feeling behind it, the real energy behind it. Because where we go, our energy flows. So if our energy is flowing kind of like on this little bit of a shit show, and we're kind of going, oh, well, we're all, yeah, I'm really grateful. Look where that's going. You see what I mean? Maybe not the best example, but so forced gratitude is what I'm talking about. Is the nervous system denial. Sounds a bit hectic, doesn't it? I know it does for me. But it's where we then go into that fragmentation, because you've got one thing, you've got one sort of energy trying to do one thing, but then you've got this other thing over here trying to do something else. So see, they're kind of, yeah, working in different ways, working in different rotations, going in different directions. So where true gratitude sits is the coherence and the emotional honesty. Oh, that's a big word. It means quite a lot, doesn't it? Emotional honesty. Well, we are going into the world of truth now. So, and I'm not saying this as this is only just me. I mean, and this is why I had to make one or two notes here. So it's the HeartMath sort of Institute and places like that where they have shown, which I didn't actually know, it shows that gratitude works when it regulates and not suppresses. So this isn't, again, just on a pipe dream. This isn't on a woo-woo moment. What we're discovering within kind of like the science world, within the quantum world, within quantum physics and all these other amazing areas is how energy, how spiritual matter, how the cosmos actually relates back to what we're doing and providing the evidence, which is, I find, extraordinary. And I go to more about that in one of my books that's coming out very, very soon. Because when we're talking about things on this planet, it's kind of like, that's all well and good. But with a lot of us, we're like, that's all well and good. And that sounds fantastic. And that very much does resonate. But there's that little bit inside of us going, prove it. How does it actually work? So, as I said, the researchers showed that the gratitude works when it regulates and not suppresses. Safety, regulation, integration. Now, in my last video, I did talk about my safety minute, where it's the breath in, breath out, breath in, and then the longer the breath out again is where you'll find and help that nervous system. Because it's the breathing out that really helps settle everything in. But go check out the last one. So grateful. See, this is the twig, and this is the bit when I was recording this video earlier that I kept on forgetting. So that's why I had to make a couple of notes here. So grateful for capacity, not circumstances. Because your body, when you're saying, oh, I'm grateful for the roof over my head and grateful for the food in my fridge, that's all well and good, but that's out there. That's out there. That's external. Yeah, you are probably very grateful, the same way I am. A wonderful house and food in my fridge, a wonderful dog by my side and so on. But it's not the I'm grateful this happened. I'm grateful, that I have this house and so on. The difference is I'm grateful I can meet this. I'm grateful that actually I have the capacity within myself that I can be grateful for it. Or I'm grateful that I have the knowledge and the wisdom in order to do X, Y, and Z. Or I'm grateful that my system is able to align and to this new energy, to this new frequency. That is the start of the integration, because again, it's going back within, isn't it? It's not looking at something external all the time. External's good, but where does that energy then go? You see, where does it go? It's going to go ping over there and ping over there. We're bringing that back in, that coherence, that centering, is I'm grateful that I can now do this. I'm grateful that I can now meet these frequencies head on. I'm grateful that I'm able to tune in to source, to God, to whatever. Again, these are just examples, okay? You have your own. So it's the capacity and the resilience, along with the processing and the expansion. So you've got the capacity. You're going, yeah, I can do this. I'm so grateful, because you know what? Maybe a few months or a few years ago, you wouldn't have had a fucking clue. You might not have had a clue, but now you do. And you are the one that's done that work. You are the one who's been doing the inner work. You are the one who's been changing, transforming, working with certain things. Again, the list is endless. And then you've got the resilience. So bringing that power in, because you're not getting it from somewhere else. The resilience is, again, what we were talking about in the last video, I know a couple of little plugs there, is that it's the I am. Remember? I mean, you could use I am or I'm, because you're bringing that awareness back in. You're bringing that awareness back into you, aren't you? Aren't you? It's not something external. And the processing, you're allowing your system. Remember, like that energy board we were talking about before with the chakra points, each of those being a little data hub, as well as your nervous system. Sorry, I might be overloading a little bit here, but go and check the last video. You're kind of giving your nervous system time to process, because it's got all these other things to do, but then it's kind of going, oh, maybe I like seeing my nervous system as like this little person kind of, oh, actually, yeah, I've done that. That's me. Aren't I fantastic? Not from an egocentric point of view, but it's kind of like, oh, I've forgotten that. Yeah, I'm good at that, aren't I? Yeah, I've got that. I've managed to do that. And then once it starts going, oh, I like that, can expand. That energy has gone from, and it's not gone from everything external. It's not gone from that bypassing, going, well, actually, I'm not looking in here. I'm looking outside. It's not gone from that bypassing of, well, I'm not going to look at anything else because everything's love and light and everything's gratitude and everything's hunky-dory, when you're going, oh, I don't know. And as I said, there is science out there that kind of backs this up now. How awesome is that? And I'm not going to go into all the scientific bit, because that's not what this is about. But I just wanted to ensure that was honored within this as well. So then we bring in, last but not least, because this was going to be a quick video and I've gone over 10 minutes already, the integration and stabilization of those frequencies. So when we stay in the forced gratitude, it's that disconnect, it's that discomfort. It's something there, it's not something here. So that's one element. And then the second element is that, again, like I was saying before, you will have those days where actually things aren't necessarily all hunky-dory. You might feel a bit shit. You might feel a bit off. But it's feeling that discomfort and staying present. Gratitude becomes grounding, not gaslighting. Stability is what actually shifts. It actually shifts reality. Stability and groundedness in oneself. Not going, oh, it's all fairy, it's all lovely. That's a different voice. You being there. You being true. You being in that, yeah, okay, I've just had a couple of shit days, but actually, you know what? I am grateful that my system was able to cope with that. And that I'm still grounded and I'm still me. How powerful do you think that is now? Not, you've just done all that. You've just done all that. You've just been through maybe a couple of like crappy days. Again, this is just an example. This is just an example here, people. Okay. So, and one thing I just wanted to step one side about as well is that as much as I'm sharing this with you, it's a reminder to me as well. So yes, I'm coming from a place of knowledge, of wisdom, of integration, of, you know what, but I've had to learn this too. And sometimes these videos of me reminding myself as well. And that's what I find absolutely wonderful, is that I'm not just kind of sitting, this is going to sound really sad, but it's not, sitting in my room doing a little bit of fire scrying. I can share it. How awesome is that? And this gratitude moment, I had that light bulb thing the other day where I was like, yeah, hold on a minute. As my words are changing, as that element is changing from, as I said, I'm grateful that this happened, or I'm grateful that I have this, or to, I'm grateful I can meet this. Oh, it just changed. And I thought, well, how and why? And then when I looked into it, I thought, I have to share this. I have to share this. As well as it be transmissions from my higher self, my intuition, but from also the guides and that I work with as well, which I'll be going into in other videos, because a lot of the information comes from them as well. So I hope that has made sense, and I hope that even a tiny element of this has resonated, because it's powerful stuff. It is so powerful. Because I said for years, I was waking up going, yeah, I'm really grateful because I got my health and I got this and I got that. I was like, But then feeling like, well, but then ramp it up. You're like, yeah, I'm grateful I could meet that person's frequency and we connected. I'm grateful I had the energy and the strength to get through whatever. Because you know what? Maybe a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't have done. So, but as always, please do like, share, and subscribe. As I said, my website is alarianresonance.com. And yeah, if you do want to get in contact, have any questions, have anything that you want me to cover off, please do, leave me comments. I do check them and look at them, and respond, obviously. And if you want a session or find out about my new book or anything like that, again, it's all in the comments, all in the description underneath. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Anyway, it was gonna be like a 10-minute video and I've gone on for 20 minutes, but anyway, it said, even if a tiny element of this has resonated, has planted that seed that might flower a little bit later on, where you have that aha moment, or, oh, I remember Azria said da 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 da, or I can't remember who said it, but da 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 da. My job here is done. But until the next one, guys, from my heart to yours, here's to another blessed day. Bye.